Harper Perennial and HarperAudio present My Life in and Out of the Rough. The truth behind all that bullshit you think you know about me. By John Daly. Read by Tait. My family. God bless you all. My fans, you've always supported me. I owe you everything. My kids, Shina, Sierra, Austin, Little John. My all-time favorite foursome. My mom. I miss you. Introduction. Too much ain't enough. That's a line from a fine old country and western song by Billy Joe Shaver, and not a half-bad title for my life story. You see, I haven't led what you'd call an ordinary life. I've traveled to 6 continents and won golf tournaments on 5 of them. In my darker days, I had a few drinks, visited a few hospital ERs, and did time in a couple of rehab clinics. I've beat up hotel rooms, houses, and cars. I've gambled away a couple of fortunes. I live on Diet Coke, Marlboro Lights, and the support of my fans. I've weighed as much as 290 pounds and lost as much as 65 in 3 months. And I've been married 4 times. I guess you could say I'm not exactly a poster boy for moderation. But I also won 2 of golf's 4 majors before I turned 30. Only 5 other golfers in history have done that. You may have heard of them. Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, Johnny Miller, and Tiger Woods. I am humbled and honored to be on that list. Sometimes I wonder how I'm still standing, let alone chasing my 3rd major. But you know what? I've always done it my way, and I think the best is still to come. So I'm writing this book to tell the whole story. My story. The wins, the losses, and everything in between. Without the bullshit. This is me. A lot of people live in the past. They get stuck in a negative life because all they do is wallow in the bad things they did. How is that going to help them tomorrow? My past ain't the greatest, but it ain't the worst. And I don't have any skeletons in the closet. They're all out. I got all my skeletons out. Everybody knows everything I've ever done. Or you will after you finish this book. So you could be thinking right about now, why in the hell, if he really thinks people shouldn't live in the past, is Big John Daly writing a book about his past? Good question. My answer is that laying my life out this way, trying to see it as a whole thing instead of a bunch of disconnected memories, helps me get a grip on the present and try to build a future. So I'm writing this book in part to help me understand myself and get ready for whatever life throws at me down the way. But I'm also writing this book because I believe I owe it to you, my fans. You've always been there for me, and I want to strengthen the bond between us. Throughout my career, you guys have been my lifeline, my port in a storm, my best and most trustworthy connection to all that's good and strong and giving in the human spirit. Without you fans, I'd be nothing, or maybe dead. So if you've stood by me all these years through good times and bad, and held out your hands to me, isn't it high time you hear straight from the lion's mouth why I've done some of the things I've done, how I feel about things, and what I see around the bend? I think it is. I know I owe you my life, so to me it follows that I owe you the true story of how I've lived it. My mother, God rest her soul, used to tell me champions come from the heart. Those are true words, words I've tried to live by. I'm proud that those words, my mother's legacy to me, are written above the door opening out.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?